Ooh, am I live? I don't know. Hi, Melissa. Thank you. Thank you for responding, because I didn't know you were there. All right. Ew, I just had pizza with the kids, and it is not agreeing with me. Oh, TMI. I know. Sorry, guys. Hello, everybody. Hi, Marva. Hi, Kathy. It is rainy in PA today. Yeah. It's definitely a nap weather kind of day. I may or may not have already taken one nap and looking for a second. I can buy myself flowers. Okay. Okay. I might be a little pumped up here. I need some peeps. Gotta get me some peeps. Easter's around the corner, right? There should be Easter peeps soon. Hi, Marva, Kathy, Sandy, T. Melissa was the first one on. Hi, Emily from Canada. Oh, Melissa's also eating pizza. Yum, 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 yum. Team Peep Hater. Girl. That's it. You're out. You send me all your peeps. I'll eat them. I like peeps. Texas gal just got off. Yes. So this is, I guess we'll make this my after Stamp Wars video. Hi, Luann. Pizza, yuck. Melissa, what's wrong? No pizza, yuck. Oh, Kathy from Australia. Yay, Kathy. Just remember Crafty Critta if you want this set. Crafty Critta's doing a pre-order. Country Lady's also in PA. Where in PA, Country Lady? Yes. So, if you missed Stamp Wars last Saturday, I surprised my team. They got the prototypes to my new release with Spellbinders, and I didn't know this. We found a secret hack. And if you go on Spellbinders website, we'll put the link. Please, please, please use the link. It's very important you use the links that we post. You can... We thought you could pre-order, but actually if you put this on your wish list and then go back and check your wish list, it actually shows add in cart. So I'll have my team post the link. They can grab it off the last video I posted. But they actually shipped it. I thought it was a pre-order status and they wouldn't ship it until March 10th when it actually releases. But no, they actually shipped it. So when it showed up to my house, you guys, this whole process has put the biggest smile on my face because I, first of all, was not on my bucket list. Never dreamed this was happen. I actually said I don't want to do any kind of retail. I didn't want to get involved in that. But when Spellbinders contacted me and said, you know, would you like to try to design a line for us? I could not tell them no. I just about peed my pants. So if you go to the Spellbinders coming soon portion, you'll see this. You can search Nancy Stamps. There's 5 products that'll come up. So the first one here is the Cut Above Sentiments. And they didn't show these on the Stamp Wars because they got the prototype stamps. So when you win, I'm going to send someone all of this, the same prototypes. You won't get this, but you'll get the stamp set, the dies, and the glimmer plate. Because you're getting a prototype. But what this is an actual square die. There's an embossed wooden piece there, and then there's a label die. So this piece and this outer piece will cut. This piece just embosses, okay? And then it's a clear photopolymer stamp, which goes great with the tools and also with the glimmer plate, or just honestly, these are so encouraging. You can use these on anything. You don't have to use them with the tools. For example, you know, I Am Nuts About You. I'm thinking we should all send In case you guys didn't know, Tracy's birthday is in March, so we should all do squirrel cards and attach this sentiment. But like, number one helper, I appreciate you. There's so many things on here that you don't have to use for tools. They're just very fun and punny. And they're, again, high quality clear photopolymer stamps. So these are not your cheapy junky stamps. These are great quality stamps. Okay. So that is the A Cut Above sentiments. And yes, it's official. It's got my logo on it. Okay. Hi, Brenda. Okay, then we have the dies, and in the dies, you get 25 pieces in the dies, and these are called All the Tools, and I just posted a video because, again, I didn't know these were being shipped out. So for those of you who have received your pre-order, I did a video showing you how you assemble all of these tools, okay? And this is actually the ruler. You can cut this right here, and you can even use this for small sentiments. So that's a neat idea as well. But there's a lot of little, a lot of tool pieces. I didn't want anything super small. This is the smallest piece right here. So I think it's pretty easy to assemble. T, you're on here. You've been playing with it. You tell me, what do you think? Do you think it's okay to assemble? But when you get your packaging, it's all in color here so you can see what goes where. Okay, so I have the video. Once you get this, search the video, and if you are struggling with what piece goes where, this shows you. Okay, very easy. And then the last piece that I designed is the glimmer plate. This is the Nailed It glimmer plate. It's actually two pieces. You get the glimmer plate and the sentiment. So you can see here, it's the glimmer plate and the sentiment, and this glimmer plate fits either horizontally or vertically on your card, however you want to use it. There is enough space that you can easily fussy cut around this. These dies do not match up with these because I wanted the dies to be bigger, so they don't fit over the glimmer plate. So if you want to just die cut, you can do the tools. If you want to foil, you can do this. But T did an amazing video where she hot foiled them on sticker paper and then made them into stickers, and I was like, that is so cool, so amazing. And I've seen some of the After Stamp Wars videos they're going to be putting out. I'm just blown away that the creativity of my friends. Tracy just posted her video yesterday, so check it out. And again, there's that Nancy Stamps logo on there. So I did have a hand in designing these. Now, when I say have a hand in designing them, I just came up with the idea, okay? I came up with the idea. Spellbinders gave me some wonderful graphic designers, and they came up with the artwork. I am not this talented. I just came up with, this is what I want. How can you guys help me make it happen? And then obviously they sent me ideas, and we went back and forth on the ideas and the editing and things like that. So this is all because Spellbinders is so awesome and made this whole process just so amazing, and I would love for them to invite me back. Now, they did add 2 additional items. I only have one more, and the first one is the tic-tac-toe plaid plate. So this is a glimmer plate. Okay, so I did not design this. It doesn't have my logo on it, but they thought that it fit well with the tools. And then they had a diamond stamp. I did not order that stamp because I have the diamond hot foil plate. So for me, I didn't feel that I would use it. I did use it in one of my prototype cards, the diamond plate, but so yes, Simon says their graphic designers are amazing. Yes, hi Simon. So these are the 3 that I designed, but there are actually 5 pieces. Again, you can put them in on your wish list and then go back and check your wish list. But the official launch date, if you want to wait till the official launch date, is March 10th. Now, for those of you that are in the other side of the world, across the pond, as they would say, Australia, New Zealand, I am honored to say that Scott's team at Crafty Critta, they are pre-ordering. So you can pre-order the products through Crafty Critta for the Australian, New Zealand folks. Now remember, Spellbinders has a US website. They have a UK website. They ship all over internationally. And now you can pre-order from Australia through Crafty Critta. I'm sure other companies will also be carrying it, like Scrapbook.com. Simon, I don't know how you go through this with a release because I'm like, I'm so giddy with anticipation and excitement to launch this. I don't know if it gets any easier, but I just feel the love. I feel so honored and humbled that you guys, my subscribers, are loving this release and you're all over. I hope it does sell out, but I don't want it to sell out. I want it to sell out to show that it's popular, but I don't want anybody to miss out. And that's what I'm afraid of, because I don't know. I mean, to me, it was explained that it was just going to be a limited edition collaboration. And, you know, once it sells out, I don't know if they're going to bring it back or not. I'm not privy to that information. I'm hoping that it sells so well that it stays in the shop for a couple of years, and maybe they'll ask me to come back and do another one. All right. But today I wanted to talk about, again, follow-up videos. If you're not following my admins, they'll post their videos in the link there, so you can click on their links. They each have a giveaway, and I'm going to be giving away the prototypes, the same thing that they used on Stamp Wars. So I have this stamp set, the dies, and the glimmer plate. You won't have any official packaging, and I'll think about how I want you to comment today, so stay till the end so you can figure out how you can win. But I wanted to play with some glimmer plates. So Spellbinders has launched some really cool glimmer plates, and they're having a sale right now. In case you didn't know, it's like 40% off. So you want to go do some shopping. But a lot of people don't do foiling. I know, but it's okay if you don't do foiling. It's not everybody's thing. It is expensive. There are new machines you need to have. So, and sometimes you go into the store and you may not realize when you order something that this is a hot foil plate. I know for myself, particularly the old Spellbinders packaging, if you didn't see up here where it said Glimmer, you didn't know that this was for hot foiling, right? You just bought it and thought those are cool. Because a lot of people didn't realize it was for hot foiling. So we might have in our stash some hot foiling things that we didn't know were for hot foiling. So if you want to support me and you bought it and you don't do hot foiling, or maybe you accidentally bought it, that's okay. We're going to do some letterpress and some embossing with these hot foil plates today to see what kind of looks we can get without hot foiling. So we're going to give you guys some ideas there. So I'm going to use this background one. I just got this on that sale. This is called the Hypnotic Background. Thought it was cool. And these I'm just going to move aside. I'm also pulling out the new tulips, which are part of the 4-petal collection release. My screen just like lit up and then disappeared. I don't know what's going on with YouTube, man. I think T did her live and she had some glitches with YouTube too. It's foiling is so addicting, like embossing powder. I agree, Roberta. I agree. Okay. It says there's a problem. What the heck? Leanne says I have to watch this. Okay, so I'm going to be using, so this is back in the day. We're going back to Nancy's old school stash here. There was what's called letterpress paper, and I have a slimline piece and an A2 size, and I also just have some watercolor paper, and I think this came out of the last Hero Arts kit. So it's just watercolor paper. You can use any kind of soft, thick paper, so the opposite of what you use for foiling. So one of the things that I always say when it comes to foiling is you want non-porous, super smooth, not super thick paper, right? So a lot of you guys have a problem foiling on that paper. So I want you to use this paper, which again is just thick, porous watercolor paper. I know you guys can't see it, but it is kind of, you know, bumpy. And we're going to start with doing letterpress. Now, I did this ages ago, but I wanted to show it to you. And yeah, I wanted to do the tulips and this background and see how we do. So we're going to bring in my platinum die cutting machine. You can use any die cutting machine. And the best way to do this is pigment inks, in my opinion. So, ooh, that's new. It has this kind of plasticky vellum thing, and it's only 2 little pieces of tape. All right, it's not hateful. Okay, Spellbinders is making an attempt here not to use the super ultra sticky I hate you tape. This is good. Making a little progress here. It's just 2 little squares. My nails are too long. I want to thank everybody for your support, emails, messages I've been getting all week. I have been very involved at work this week. I was involved in an audit. Not my audit. I was actually one of the auditors. So I was very busy all week for work. And now I just got a phone call. My mom is having another back surgery on Monday. So it has been a little crazy in this house. And then in 2 weeks, the following week, Leah and I are going away for a well-needed birthday vacation. So I'm going to be in and out, but don't worry, I will be back in March. And for those of you that have pre-ordered this release, we're going to do a stamp with me with my friends live on my YouTube. March 11th, I think is the date. I don't have the calendar in front of me. March 11th, Saturday night, me and my friends will be live and we will show you different ways of playing with these products. And March 18th, I believe, is the night for Stamp Wars. Tracy is hosting. So I don't know all the details to that. We'll have to wait for Tracy to let us know. All right. I'm almost done taking forever to get this little piece of tape off of here. Spellbinders, we don't need the tape. Just throw it in the packaging. We don't care about tape. There we go. See, that's the advantage of getting prototypes is you don't get all that stuff stuck on there. Okay. All right. Oh, good idea. I didn't think about that. Roberta said dust it with your embossing powder tool. Yes, I didn't think about that. All right, so I'm going to bring in my platinum. And I have not embossed with this yet, so we will learn together. Please don't judge me. We're going to learn together. Thank you. Yeah, this is like my mom's, like, I don't know, 4th or 5th back surgery, so we're going to continue to go through it. She wore a lot of high heels when I was young, so I have a feeling that has something to do with it. I'm grabbing all of my plates here. So remember, when you get the new Spellbinders Platinum, this is the one from Scrapbook.com. You can only get the black from Scrapbook.com. But if you get the new Platinum 6, there's nothing different about the machine itself. It's the exact same machine as the aqua one, or the gold one, or the white one, or whatever one you've had before. It folds up nice and neat. The difference is with the new machines, you get the universal plate system. So if you have an old machine and it works fine, all you need to do is buy these universal plates. And you can buy these universal plates for the 6-inch Platinum. You cannot buy it for the full size yet. You can only buy this smaller set. But it comes with your base platform, Platform B, Platform D, Platform F. Embossing is Platform E. So Platform D is for 3D. Platform E is for embossing. And then you have 2 C cutting plates. So C is for cutting, and they come with the pink plates if you get the one from Scrapbook.com. So this is all part of the universal plate system. So when you buy the machine, it comes with these plates now. And if you have the old machine, you don't have to buy a new machine. You can just buy the plates, which is great. So the instructions are also on here. So we want to do embossing, okay? So to do embossing, it says how to emboss. It says we need embossing plate D, E, and A and B. So A, B, E, and D. So no cutting plates. So we're going to put down A, B, E, and D. All right, so I'm going to move these other ones out of the way. D goes on the top. Okay, so we have A and B on the bottom. So this is A and B, okay, together. A and B. You guys see that, right? Now I'm going to start with a piece of watercolor paper here. And again, I would recommend pigment inks. And I'm going to start with this, the tulips. Okay. And I'm going to use the Lumberjack Plaid Distress Oxide because Oxide is a hybrid ink and it has that pigment quality. Hi, Gareth. Okay. And all I'm going to do here is rub this on here. Just lightly rub it on the top of my die here, my hot foil plate. You can also do this with dies, by the way. So if you have background dies, any dies actually, just want a nice light coating, okay? All right, then I'm going to put my paper down, and I believe my die goes down. I want to read my instructions here. Oh, instructions are here in front of me. So we have A and B, cutting die, cut side up. Oh, okay, so this goes like this. It's got ink on it. Now we're going to put our paper on top. Then we're going to do the soft rubber mat, which is the embossing mat. I'm going to gently lay that on top. I really don't want to try to wiggle the paper around. And then D on top. All right, let's see if this works. So it's nice the instructions are there. And you can see this rolls through, gets a little tight when you hit the die. Muscles! You might have to remove that extra shim on there. Okay, and there we have it embossed. I think that's a little too tight. I have a lot of pressure there. And I'm going to do this again, but I'm going to take out my B plate because I think that's just too much pressure. So we're going to do it again because hot foil plates are kind of thick. So let's try this again. But I'm not going to use the B plate, just A on the bottom. But that doesn't look too bad. But it really, look at, ooh, it really pressed that in there. That's kind of cool looking. I might use this side. But you can see how my paper's ripped. That's way too much pressure. Okay, so let's try this again. So A plate. We're going to ink up our hot foil plate again. I kind of like swiping better than pressing down, but you know, at this point, it doesn't matter. And it doesn't look like there's a lot of ink on there, but it's on there. All right, so I'm going to grab that same watercolor paper. And obviously, the thickness of your paper is going to matter too. Okay, so we're going to put the A plate, the hot foil plate inked facing up. Now we're going to put our paper, try not to move it. And then I'm going to put the E, which is the embossing mat, and the D plate right on top of that together. Oh, I just moved my paper. Darn it. I'm going to hold it down here in the corner. Hopefully that way I don't accidentally move it. There we go. All right, let's try pushing this through now, cranking it through. So I took out B. It's a little easier. I feel a little pressure. It's not a whole bunch of pressure. I'm going to go back and forth. I might need to add the little thin shim. So it's just like foiling. We got to test out all our options. Ooh, Gareth said try gilding wax. Okay, so that's too much pressure. That's too little pressure, right? So this would be great for watercoloring too. Let's try adding that thin shim in. I think that'll help us the most. All right, so here's thin shim F. I'm going to put that underneath. And I'm just using a little stamp cleaner to wipe the ink off here. You know what I should have did? You know, I just took all that tape off. I'm going to put a little tape back on. Just a little dab of tape there. That should hold this in place. Okay, now that's taped down. Okay, and I'm going to use the back side of this just because, again, we're just testing the strength of our plates now. I'm going to put the thin shim and then the embossing mat and the D adapter plate. Let's see how this works. Might need a paper shim. Yeah, each machine is different. So if you have a Sizzix, Cuttlebug, they're all going to be different. An electronic machine. The other thing you want to remember too is each die plate. Oh, that's much better. Each die plate and each hot foil plate are different too, right? They have different manufacturers, so they're different. So you're going to have to just do exactly like this. Do some experimenting. First, follow the directions on the machine. If it's too thick, you're going to want to take some shims out. If it's too thin, you're going to want to put some shims in. That's all you're going to do is practice that. So I'm going to clean this up, and one of the inks that I like to do, and I'm just going to spray this and wipe it down. Now this is just the letterpress. I also want to try some embossing, but we're going to get to that in a moment. It's pretty much the same thing, but we need a little bit more pressure. All right, so I cleaned that up. I love using metallic pigment ink for this. So let me grab my gold ink. Uh-oh. My son's calling me. He wants to go to the movies and see Ant-Man, and I ran away to the basement. Where's my gold ink? Who stole my gold ink, you guys? Nancy. I'm like a rookie. Well, I can't find my gold ink, so we're going to move on to the next best thing, which is heat embossing, not impression embossing. We will do that, but we're going to do heat embossing. All right, so again, I have this taped down. And over here, I'm going to put these down together. I have the F shim, the embossing shim, and the D plate. So I have all of these together. Actually, I'm going to put that shim between those two. Okay, so the thin one is between the two gray ones. I guess I should show it this way. The D is going to go on top, F is in the middle, and E is going to, this one is actually going to touch the paper. Okay, so I have these together ready to go. I'm going to take a piece of that watercolor paper, and before I do anything, I'm going to use my anti-static tool, whichever one you have. I don't know where my cottontail one went. Just going to emboss it. Just going to use that, cover that with powder, okay? Then I'm going to take some good sticky Versamark ink or Wow ink, whatever you have. I'm looking around for my gold ink while I'm doing this. I can't remember where I put it. I think it's in with the Christmas stuff. And I'm going to make this nice and sticky. Okay. The other process is going to be the same. I'm going to put my paper on, and I'm just going to use my thumb to hold it down here because I don't want that to move. And then I have my little sandwich here I'm going to put on top. I'm holding that paper with my thumb so it doesn't move. Okay, and now we're going to run this through. Hopefully you have a little more room on your desk than I have on mine. Slowly through once and back. Okay, now you can't see it, but there is a slight impression there. Let's see if we can get embossing powder to stick to it. I got some rose gold embossing powder. I just grabbed the first one. Oh, you guys, it's gonna work. So you want to talk about stretching your hot foil plates and your dies. Now, we got some cleanup to do here. You want to make sure your plate is clean. I can see a little bit of that red ink has pressed through, and because that's a pigment ink, that's where this is trying to stick to. So I don't have perfect placement here, but you get my idea. All right, I'm not going to make that perfect. It's good enough. This is, I got this from Spellbinders from through Fun Stamper's Journey. I don't know if they still carry it or not, but it is a rose gold. So it looks pink. See, it's Fun Stamper's Journey, but it was through Spellbinders because Spellbinders bought them. So it's rose gold. It looks pink, but when you emboss it, it has that gold tint to it, like a peachy gold. So let's heat this up. Is this plugged in? Nope, it's not going to work if it's not plugged in, Nance. Now remember, this is thick watercolor paper, so it might take a moment. You want to let your gun heat up. And you could definitely take your time and clean this up more. So here is a hot foil plate that I did not hot foil. So just by putting that Versamark ink or Wow ink, whatever you have, and sprinkling embossing powder on there, I've now taken that hot foil plate and made it into almost like a stamp. So now I can watercolor this and not have to worry about the foil coming off or the paper not being thick enough. This is really cool. And it has kind of that peach, and then once the light hits it, it turns to a goldish. It's rose gold. So that's pretty cool. So you can ink it, and if you can ink it, then you can heat emboss it. Okay, so let's talk about regular embossing, which is going to be very similar. Pressure embossing, embossing the paper. I'm going to grab a piece of metallic cardstock. Do I have any here? I do. Okay. And this is the way I really was hoping my team was going to show when they were doing Stamp Wars. Because I think this is super fun when you have an image on metallic cardstock. Again, you don't want it to cut through the cardstock. So we're going to do the same thing here. I'm just going to leave that same plate on there. Actually, I'm going to change it to, and you can do this with dies or hot foil plates, you guys. You just have to figure out your sandwich. So your dies won't cut through if you have the right sandwich. So we're going to start with sandwich A again. I'm going to put this, what's this one called? Something rays. I don't know. Oh, here it is. Hypnotic background. All right. So my little tape is right there. I'm just going to stick that on there. Okay, so it shouldn't move. And what I want to do here is I actually want this to press from the back of the paper up. Okay, so we need to do this a different way. Because, okay, if I do it like this, it will press down. If I do it like this, it should press up, right? Okay, we're going to try that. I'm going to do the same. I'm not putting any ink on here. I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm going to do the embossing mat. So the idea is the pressure from the plate pokes up through the paper into the embossing mat and doesn't cut it. So we're going to try that. Hello, Laura. So embossing mat, I'm just making sure my paper's centered. Then I'm going to do the shim and the adapter plate. I might need another shim. This may not be thick enough. Let's try it this way. Chow, doesn't Kyle have off school Monday? Oh, Roberta says Pokey Tools take off unwanted powder too. That's a good idea. I think we're going to need another shim, but let's look at it. Oh, it started to work. Okay, that's all right. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to bring the B plate back in. This might be too thick again, but we're going to practice. B plate, removing the F shim. The die, I'm going to reuse this piece of paper because I don't want to mess up a fresh one. Just while I'm checking my thickness here. I wonder if this might be too thick with this paper, but we'll see. Oh, I could hear it ripping my paper. That's too thick. It didn't rip. Oh my gosh! Oh, on that holographic paper, it looks so cool, you guys. So this paper was thinner than my watercolor paper. So when I did it with the watercolor paper, it was a little too thick. And it almost ripped the watercolor paper. Where'd it go? Oh, right in front of me. So here you can see it was too thick and it started to tear my watercolor paper. That same sandwich works perfectly on this mirror holographic paper. Oh, that looks so awesome. Let's try it with the tulips again. Let's see if it works. Actually, no. Okay, so to do the embossing with the hot foil plate, I have plate A and plate B. Okay, and then we're going to put our hot foil plate face up. Let's bring the tools in. Because that's what started all this madness. These stinking tools, you guys. They're so cute. I dream about these tools. All right, where's my hot foil plate? I have made my mark in crafting history, and now I can die a happy woman. Except I lost my plate. Well, I guess we got to open the new one. My desk looks like a bomb went off. How many other crafters' desks look that way? I'm sure quite a few of you. I'm sure Tease does because she just did her live this morning. Hey, if you guys are going to come to Allentown at the end of March, hi, Rick from Chicago. Tracy and I will be in Allentown at the end of March, and Allentown Stamp Show. And, man, there's so much stuff going on. I can't remember right now. April will be the Simon Says Create show. So we are excited to be invited to that on behalf of Kitchen Sink Stamps. We'll be doing demos at Kitchen Sink Stamps. So again, I have my plate down. I didn't glue this one down, but I have A and B platforms down. My plate, hot foil plate facing up. My foil paper facing up because I want it to press in on this side and come up, right? I want it to pop up. And then I'm going to sandwich the flexible E embossing mat because we want this to push into a soft surface. And then D on top of that. So E and then D. Thank you, Rick. We were just saying how we love all the guys we have in our group. We are so glad to have you here. All right, so I'm going to carefully sandwich this. And there's no ink, so I don't need to worry about anything kind of smudging. I just want to make sure that my plate stays on my paper. And let's try this one. Lori can now see the floor. Allentown, Pennsylvania, March 31st and April 1st is the Allentown Stamp Show. And then April 20, oh gosh, what's the dates, Tracy? April 21st, I think. Tracy and I will be in Columbus, Ohio at the Simon Says Create event. So I will be happy to see you guys there. Look at it. Look at it. So I want you guys to try this out with your hot foil plates. Stretch your supplies. And you just have to play with your sandwiches to see what works. But if you're going to do inking, so again, you can see here I followed the rules, but this is a really thick watercolor paper, and it went too far in. I agree. I think using some lunar paste or gilding wax or something on top of this is going to look beautiful. But you can see it pressed it in a little too far on this paper, but it worked perfectly for this paper. So you'll have to try that. So the ink method is great. Then you can do, I lowered my shims, so now I can go in and watercolor this because these are water reactive inks, right? Even though they're oxide inks, they're still water reactive. So I can go in now with my watercolor brush. I need a new watercolor brush. This one's like dying. My children have killed it. Do you remember when we were kids and we bought those little books and they had the little, the inks were printed on there and all we had to do was take a wet brush and watercolor it and it was like magic? Well, that's what I just invented here, right? So now I can go in with my watercolor brush and just touch that ink and it's water reactive so it will move, right? And pigment inks work best for this because dye inks tend to stamp a little splotchy. So I do recommend a pigment ink because it has a little more bite to it. The pigment inks stick to the paper a little easier. Maybe use a watercolor brush that your 10-year-old has not destroyed. The water doesn't want to come out. Look at the bristles. Clearly she was scrubbing the heck out of it. All right, so you get the idea. That looks really cool. Or color markers or pencils or whatever you have on hand. No big deal there. And of course you can hot foil with it, right? So that's traditionally how we use this is just to do hot foiling. So and then there's heat embossing. So you have quite a few ways that you can use your hot foil plates, and it's just a matter of figuring out your sandwiches with your die cutting machine. Yep, so I prefer hot foiling, yes, of course, right? That's going to give you a really cool, but again, not everybody's into hot foiling. Sometimes you don't want to do the same thing over and over again. So there are some new techniques here for you guys to try out with just inking. That's called letterpress effect, when you just do the inking. Okay, and then you have dry embossing, which is just pressing it into the paper. That is dry embossing. And then, which is when you use the powders and the heat tool and melt everything down, you can do heat embossing. So you have quite a few different techniques to try out. All right, now we need a question to ask. Sorry, car maker, not card maker. What? Hi, Carol. I'm just catching up on my things here. So letterpress, dry embossing, heat embossing, and foiling. So 4 different ways you guys can use your hot foil plates. Yeah, the Simon Says Create is just a stamp show. They have classes. The classes have sold out, but you can still come into the stamp show and do make and takes and do shopping. So Tracy and I would love to meet you. We're going to be there with Maria, the owner of Kitchen Sink Stamps. We're going to be doing make and takes. If you guys order this and you want to bring it and you want to take a picture with me and Tracy, we would love for that to happen. We're going to have some FSC stickers we're going to give out. But yeah, my tools set doesn't officially launch through Spellbinders until March 10th. Again, you can pre-order it by putting it in your basket, or sorry, putting it in your wish list. If you put it in your wish list and then it'll go to cart, into your cart, you can order it. And I'm just, again, just so overwhelmed by the support you guys have given me in this process. And I'll show you guys again. The parts that I designed were the Glimmer Hot Foil plate, which is called Nailed It, and you get the hot foil plate and the sentiment is separate. Nailed It. And again, it works well horizontally or vertically. There are the 25 pieces dies, and I did post a video for you guys on how to assemble these, which is really easy to do. And then the stamp set, which is a clear photopolymer stamp, very encouraging stamp set. And Tracy did a wonderful video yesterday talking about these stamps, so you guys want to check that out. And your stamp sets, if you purchase this, will come with this 3-piece. You have 2 dies and the wood piece. So this wood piece does not cut. It's just an embossing piece. So I used it here. So I cut out that piece, and I did the letterpress on here. I inked it before I embossed it. So I put some brown ink on the actual plate, and then I embossed it before I cut it out. And then this is the label die. And most of these sentiments will fit in the label die. And there you can see the glimmer plate. And you can color this any way you want. The stamps are really awesome. Here are some of the samples that I did. So this is actually foiling it. And I believe this is, I think it's Crafty Critta Midas Touch Foil. I don't have it in front of me. And then this was on waste foil. So after you foil it, here's the waste piece. I did that on black cardstock, and look how beautiful that came out. So either one works great when you foil it or when you do the waste foiling. So that looks amazing. And then they added 2 extra pieces. They added this tic-tac-toe plaid hot foil piece. I didn't design this one. That's why my logo's not on there, but it is part of my release. And then the diamond stamp, background stamp. Here's some more hot foiling examples and embossing examples for you guys. All right, so that will officially release on March 10th through Spellbinders. I anticipate that hopefully, fingers crossed, scrapbook.com will also carry it for you guys. But if you have any questions, definitely just comment down below in the video or join us at Foiling Snobs Club on Facebook, and we will help you guys out. And for those of you that applied to be new moderators, yes, we have everybody who's applied. We had quite a few applicants. We're going to go through the applicants. We're going to send you guys a little test. It'll be, I think, a fairly easy test, but we just want to make sure that you understand the basics of how to be a moderator in the Facebook group. So you'll have a little test, and then we will choose final moderators. We are still looking for help in Canada. Emily, are you on here? We have a lot of people that applied for the US, the UK, I think one from Australia, but I would love to have somebody who is in Canada that can help out a little bit, because we're always looking for places that sell products for the companies that we support. Like Gareth was asking the other day, where can he get Simon's inks in the UK, right? So we want to be able to help you guys find those kinds of products no matter where you live. All right. All right, now I need to pick a winner. So the winner needs to be in the US, 18 or older. And I want to know, do you have your own set of tools? Don't answer now. You're going to enter in the comments now. In the comments after we're done, do you have your own set of tools? I, as Tracy said yesterday, am a DIY mom, right? I'm a single mom. My dad passed away. I don't have anybody to help me fix anything that goes around in my house, and I don't have a super budget either. So if I can watch a video and learn how to fix things, I have. And throughout the years, I think I've told you guys that I've fixed lawnmowers and snow blowers and replaced sink faucets. I've just done 2 of those, you know, help repair things around my house. So after the video is over, I want to know if you have your own, yes, your own real tools, right? Some people have tools. Some people say, no, I don't know the difference between the handle and the top of the hammer, right? So in Australia, New Zealand, you guys will have a chance. Crafty Critta has a pre-order up. So craftycritta.com, that's CRAFTYCRITTA. craftycritta.com has a pre-order up now. I would suggest you get over there and sign up, because you can get these if you are in New Zealand, Australia, or in that zone. You want to order these from Crafty Critta, and T just put the link up for Crafty Critta. So UK Spellbinders, US Spellbinders, Crafty Critta, those are the 3 places. I don't know what scrapbook.com, if they're going to carry it or when they're going to carry it. And I don't know how many are going to be in stock, you guys, honestly. Yes. Okay, Scott said they are. Oh, Scott's on here. Great. So Scott is the owner of Crafty Critta, him and Mrs. Crafty Critta, and so they have ordered them. Yeah, colored toner sheets are amazing. So if you have this waste foil and you take that colored toner sheets, these tools don't have to be done in silver and gold. T has a video coming up where she grunged them up, and they look amazing to die for. I cannot wait for T to put her video up. And you can use these any way you want. They can be pink, they can be purple, they can be whatever, rainbow, whatever you want them to be. And again, I just showed you guys 4 different ways to use them. On the hot foil plate side, you can foil them, you can dry emboss them, you can heat emboss them, and you can letter press them. So hopefully you take away something here to stretch your tools a little bit. Okay. Hi, Joyce. Any questions, you guys? Hopefully that was a pretty quick live. I can take the kids out to the movies now. All right, so if you want a chance at winning the same sets that my team won on Stamp Wars, make sure you go and watch their follow-up videos and comment on their videos as well. They have giveaways on their channel. In fact, I think T's video said she's going to give away a Spellbinders gift card. So if you have not ordered this and you don't win, you could win a gift card from T and you can order it. But it will be U.S. residents 18 or older. I want to know, do you own your own set of tools? Not, oh, I use my husband's tools. I want to know, do you own your own set of tools? I don't care if you're a guy or girl or whatever. I just want to know. And there's no right or wrong answer. You could say, no, I don't touch tools. I have a handyman. And I'll be like so jealous of you. But yeah. Yeah, we're going to go see the new Ant-Man. Yep. T says pink tools. Okay, guys. Well, thank you all. Don't forget to thumbs up on the way out. If you're new to my channel, I would love for you to subscribe. The little butterfly is going to come up in the bottom right-hand corner. If you can click that and then click the bell so you get notifications when I post new videos. Thank you all. Again, for those of you that have pre-ordered, again, March 11th is when we are doing Stamp With Me, and that'll be me and my girls, and we're going to play with these live. So it'll almost be like Stamp Wars 2, but you will be able to play along with us. All right, and if you're getting the tools, there is a video up that shows you how to put everything together so that you're not confused along the way. Thank you, guys. Love you all. Thumbs up on the way out. Bye-bye.